This is puke-worthy.
Oh, it really is a mystery hand.
This is just sick.
Didn't have to answer a whole host of questions, just one.
Round of checks is going to give Ivey and Tsang the straight, and he's going for the check. Trying to get Ivey to bet. There we go. Do we check raise now, or continue to slow play? There's a lot of reason to check raise the turn, just because your opponent could have a decent piece that can pay off. To check back this flop and then get check raised, it's quite scary because of the straight nature of the board. He's still going to make the call, so maybe Ivey's got like a 2-pair, set of 9s, with the queen. Not what Elton wants to see.
4-liner on board. Any queen X shares the king high straight with Elton.
There probably is a little bit of ace queen in Phil Ivey's range. Check back flop, bet call turn, definitely reasonable. It is very difficult for Elton to get called by worse as played right now.
Remember, it was, as you mentioned, Randy, check, check, flop, check, raise, turn. Ivey hung in there, and he was the pre-flop raiser in the face of the Elton limp. And now Elton checking over. And obviously this could potentially induce Ivey to bet, unable to beat the king high straight. But it also protects Elton from being blown off of it if he were to try to value bet. And now just look at how meaty this sizing is from Phil. Begins to feel as though at best we're chopping.
You are a lucky man, Phil Ivey.
Oh, and the ace queen is there.
Elton knew it
Wow.
when he said, "You are a lucky man."
Wow.
Playing a mystery hand with Vladimir.
Oh,
It really is a mystery hand.
it is. So it looks like he's opened the hijack for 2.5x. And your Poonat here, you just flat, right? Let's play a hand with the wizard.
Note the open from Vlad, by the way. I mean, he gives off this whole, you know, first time playing kind of thing, but it's a 2.5x into Soy's big blind, and that is very intentional.
Yeah.
Like, there's small things. This guy's no slouch, okay? I know he's out here doing some wild stuff, but
Well, there's definitely, I mean, dude, how about the just ripping it? And obviously he has the club with the
yeah, exactly.
360.
Exactly.
Like, you know, he's crazy, but he's got some good thoughts going on in there for sure. Even his sizings sometimes. I mean, sometimes they're a little weird, but like, look at this. It's a small size. It's just, you know, this guy's played some poker.
100%. As these Soys are out of there, punts are going nowhere, but it is somewhat uncomfortable. 280 in the middle, 460 back, hijack open.
Sorry, I do feel like his style, though, there could just be a run of like 5 tournaments in a row where he just showers super early.
Yeah.
Like, there's some hands where, I mean, maybe his Wi-Fi is just super good and he's just getting live reads, but he's kind of taking these aggro lines and putting in a bunch of chips, and sort of seems like the opponents very rarely have it. But he just runs in a couple spots in a row where his opponents just have a pretty good hand. And I mean, your Poonat here, think you're just pretty happy. King 10, I mean, what are you going to do? I guess the decision is between raise and call. But he has a lot of chips behind. Yeah. Maybe let's keep in the bluffs. What do we not want? We don't want an ace. Oh, a 6.
6 of clubs does complete the front door flush draw.
And straight draw. You can't take 4-5 completely out of his range.
No, you can't, mate. You can't take Jack 5 of clubs out of his range either. I mean,
Yeah.
he has every flush draw. Punts 3 keeping an eye on him. Let's not forget there have been a couple of spots that we've seen Korsinen go for the flop and turn barrel and then give up on rivers, but this time it's different. Comes with the jam.
You know, man, just having watched him play and based on his sizings on the flop and on the turn, because they were like well under even half pot, I don't really feel like he had value prior to the river unless he flopped a set. Right, and but usually when he has like one pair, like even if it was like kings or a 10, he just bets big.
Sorry, Bet 86 is enjoying himself.
So I feel like unless he flopped a set, if he has a good hand, he got there on the river. That's my feel on his value. And then the bluffs, I mean, you know, I mean, any hand with a club in it.
Punster is trying to engage in conversation with Korsinen. Asked him if he has ace queen. Ace queen with a club. That's where Punster thinks the bluffs come from.
Yeah, I mean, feels like he's got a flush.
Oh, Punster lets it go.
Just the king.
Oh no, not that first. Oh. When you know, you know. Right? Hard, I'm not sure.
Is he gonna show it?
That's all?
I told you though, man, he didn't have it till the river, and he didn't make it on the river.
I could have done anything. I could have jammed pre. I could have checked raise. I could check jam turn as well. I somehow played like this. I don't know why.
Puncher is like steaming.
Oh
I
man.
never played my hand like this in my life.
Playing a mystery hand with Ike as the mystery is fun because we get to see how good we are against the solver. There's not someone I know in poker that obviously he has exploits and things, but he tries to find the optimal answer at a higher frequency than almost anyone else that I know. He's just so well studied.
How about the check back on the flop from Yaroshevsky?
I can see it. He's trying to gate aggression. Low paired boards are pretty good for the big blind defender because Ike is going to have all the suited 4x variants, whereas Yaroshevsky only has the ace-4 suiteds of the world.
Second check from Ike. Surely now on a two-tone turn texture. Yaroshevsky wants to put some money in the middle.
Yeah, and I think he needs to go bigger. I think he needs to use like a B75 here.
That big?
I do think so. He's interesting. He's going with smaller. He's going with half pot. I think I would have.
No, less than half.
I would have picked larger personally. Ike will still like when Ike check raises here. He's going to make it like 250k. He's going to use a very large sizing because he's going polar. But I do think that there's enough combinations now in the calling range of Ike. But I also could be wrong about how this spot operates. I would have used a larger sizing.
Let's see how Ike responds with his mystery hand. 185.
Yeah, big sizing when you check raise. I chose slightly bigger, but the check raise just feels like it has to be big.
Well, yeah, you're also trying to get the pot big enough to have like a nice river. I mean, you know, you put another 150 in here, and we're basically talking pot size river jam. There's double flush draw, so a large check raise here makes a lot of sense.
Like making it so that SPR will be exactly 1, by the way.
I mean, this
on
seems
the
like
river.
only call. It calls the only option.
Just for those unaware, literally, if you call here, SPR will be, it'll be whatever 455, and Yaroshevsky will have 456 in his stack.
Yeah.
It's things like that where it just is so subtle, but Ike is literally just picking the exact sizing for SPR1 as his turn raise sizing. That is not an accident.
Well, we know Yaroshevsky won't be going anywhere on the turn. Big river incoming. Especially if it's like a brick.
I mean, I think Ike's value hands are kind of 4x, and he can have a bunch of super high equity draws and some like kind of bluffs. Maybe even a hand like 10 jack with a spade and a diamond that would like now bluff this.
I don't know if you pick 10 jack with 1 spade, 1 diamond. I think, I mean, he'll also have pocket 3s. He'll also have pocket 9s. Both of those combinations will check, and they don't have to 3-bet pre-flop. King of spades becomes a highly relevant card here. Although Yaroshevsky used a very small turn sizing, which disincentivizes Ike from needing to check raise like king 5 suited, king 6 suited, king 7 suited, excuse me. So the king of spades isn't actually as relevant as it would normally be due to the fact that Igor used the small turn sizing, because those combos just don't need a check raise. They have enough immediate value to just click check call, and could even be beating some like random Jack 10 diamond combinations that exist. So I think this is kind of like one of those, you see the king of spades so it looks like you're blocking flushes, but in reality, if you were to think of the combinations that Ike will have that have spades in them, I think the king of spades doesn't show up that often. And so it's kind of like a fake blocker to flushes specifically. Although you do unblock diamonds, right? When you have the king of hearts and the king of spades, you make it the most likely that Ike has a diamond flush draw.
So the question, I mean, Ike's still shoving 4x for value, right?
Yeah.
If he hit obviously a full house, or if he made a flush. But I think is going to try, well, Ike is a person who does this better than almost anyone, but tried to get to the river with hands with 1 spade in them, and those are always bluffing. So that's why I postulated a hand like that. Another one that makes more sense might be something like ace-5 with the ace of spades, or 5 of spades, ace of diamonds. Like both of those would bluff now.
Yep, I agree.
At 1-1, Ike should be setting it up so he has value. What, like, is it 2/3 of the time, right?
This is Ike's favorite thing to do. When all in, he literally just sits back, puts his hands in his, I saw him rip the nastiest bluff on the bubble of the 50k PLO recently. This last WSOP did the exact same thing, got 4-time banked and called and lost. Not to say that he's bluffing here, but more so that this is a very common occurrence where Ike has just check raised you and now sat back and has his hands by his side.
Oh, easy there, Yaroshevsky.
If the chip flew into the middle, I don't think it would be
What
considered a call,
flush
would it?
combos do you think he takes this line with if he has spades? Like, what are the flush combos?
Ace-5 suit. But that's
Yeah.
all, no, I don't even think so, right? Because it was small turn sizing. I guess.
No, I think
yeah.
it's more likely to be ace-5 suited than like ace-jack, right? Because he has the additional gutter equity, and ace-5 suited might not be good. in
Yeah,
showdown.
ace-5 suited check call.
No, I mean, it's more likely to check raise than, say,
Oh,
like
sorry.
ace-10 of spades.
Excuse me, ace-jack suited. Excuse me, check call.
Yeah.
Ace-10 suited check call. King-queen suited blocked, but also wouldn't have to check raise turn. Like king-queen suit, king-jack
He's
suit.
trying to get a read
Yeah.
from Ike, man. I mean, how about it?
5 of diamonds.
How about it? Ike Haxton, you sick human being.
Andy following through for 27.
Yeah, his main target is Queen X.
many hands. Bluff a lot. 这里去美国玩行情好。
Hasn't gone anywhere yet, Randy.
Well, after seeing a bet and a call, he's no longer interested. Perhaps if Patrick folded, he would have floated ace-jack of hearts. Turn is the 5 of hearts. Something hands would have loved to see.
好的，赢钱的，自己搞自己。对呀。明天最后一天了。
5 of hearts rolling off as we're down to heads up.
还有3天吗？
啊？
不是还有3天吗？
现在是不是
Was
the defender out of the straddle?
有几个人报名啊？留下来。你。
And a very measured 77,000 second barrel coming in from Andy, who appears unconcerned about 7x.
Still could be up against Queen X. That would probably have to keep it honest with the arrival of the backdoor hearts.
他不一定走。啊？他说好要走了，他去新加坡打。他去新加坡打。嗯，他有局。 那谁？小张也走了。小张不走，但是小张不打。
One more call from Patrick does skew him in my mind, Randy. I don't know about yours toward Queen X. Talk to us, chat. Where do you have Antonius as played here? Straddle defense, call. Against the progressive bet sizing from Andy, the pre-flop raiser. 274 in the middle.
那两个，哪两个？ 他说那个人要打，那个不知道打不打。
So I kind of discount ace queen a little bit, which would be your best target, just because Antonius had position pre-flop and he didn't 3-bet. Not saying he doesn't have a flat ace queen, but that would 3-bet a little bit more. So do you think queen jack would call 3 barrels is a pretty big question for me if I'm Andy? If not, maybe we just check decide and see if it's 7x.
The board dry enough in 7x's mind to just play it as a flat on the turn?
Yes, I think so. Looks like he's gonna try to value bet this one himself. He's going very big.
Just how big?
That's pretty much pot.
Yup. Over a $250,000 river bet.
He's not putting Patrick on a 7. He's hoping Patrick reads this as weakness and heroes with a queen.
Andy doing his best not to tip his hand.
Oh,
And a
he's
jam
jammed.
here. This is puke worthy if we're Andy.
I kind of think Patrick's is holding like pocket 7s or a7.
Many in the chat surmising that he had 7-7 in the hole for quads. Some 7-8 of clubs claims. Maybe 5's full.
Maybe 5's full. 7s really speaks to me. I know there's not very many of them, given there's only the 7 of clubs and 7 of spades. I don't really think Patrick's making a big move here, but of course he's very capable. But to see your opponent put a pot-sized bet in there is very difficult because they could be representing the 7. I don't think you would think you could get a 7 off.
Huh?
Oh, he's thinking about it.
他不走。3天是什么？9号、10号、11号3天。
Well, don't do it.
这12号走。
Is the vibe I get.
I agree. Patrick hasn't made crazy moves today.
It is within him. That much we know.
We do.
Every one of these high-stakes killers knows the importance of not under-bluffing. understandably chewing hard on this request for the remainder of his stack is Andy Nee in a pot that's already sitting at 1.25 million and would breach 1.7 if he calls. This is where you need 50-50 and phone a friend. Ask the audience. That one's dangerous.
Yeah, YouTube chat decides. I don't know.
In a strange way, this is a moment of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in terms of the pot. Didn't have to answer a whole host of questions, just one, which is, are kings good or not? Get it right, haul in 1.7 total. Get it wrong, and it's down to 0. No one's going to go calling for Andy to pick up the pace here. He's got plenty of time banks, and this is what they're for. Replenished at the midway point. Pays the marker of 8 and has only a couple left, each one good for 30 seconds of extended decision-making time.
Running out of time banks.
Believe once we're down to 1, if we don't make a decision, the hand will be declared dead.
Correct.
At least by rule. And Boss reiterated that that needs to be enforced earlier in the session. He folds it.
Oh
and
my
it was
God.
the bluff.
10-4 of hearts? Are you serious? He jammed against a pot-sized bet. You got to give Andy credit, too, for even thinking that long.
Enrico opens to 1.7 million. This is north of 3x. We do see the size ups when it's blind versus blind. Theologians with Queen 9 of Hearts.
Hand's just very playable in position, covering stack. Call is pretty standard in this spot.
So to the flop we will go. And that flop is Queen High, giving Theologians top pair, 3.9 in the middle.
This feels pretty nutted for Alex, hitting top pair in this spot. It is Enrico, pre-flop razor.
And Alex is ready for it.
Contemplating c-bet?
You know, it's funny, he is fairly animated when action's on him and he's sort of going through.
He is. He's been consistent with that.
Yeah.
So it's hard to read into it. Not many data points, but he definitely moves his eyes quite a bit and even his body. Looks like he is going to bet.
Unclear whether or not he's got some reference point that he's utilizing as a randomizer in these sorts of spots, but whatever it is that brought him to this decision, here we are. $1 million to call for Theologus.
I mean, you got position. There is a little bit of worry that your opponent could have a better hand. I like calling and see what's up. Oh.
Now, this is curious, Randy, for reasons that are somewhat obvious. Now, we no longer have top pair, but Theologus does pick up the heart draw.
The ace is very bad for Alex, and the reason is Alex is supposed to rejam a lot of aces, just given the pre-flop action, so his hand's a bit face up in terms of being one pair right now with an over. And that one pair being usually a queen or jack. 1.5 comes in from Enrico. I think what's important here is what does Enrico do with, like, what is he 3.5xing pre? Does he limp jam some big hands? I suppose it is unclear. But for now, though, Alex shoes in position. Got the heart draw. Still have queen 9. Call and pray to hit.
So, another $3 million into the middle. Pot grows to 9, but what doesn't grow is Theologus's hand, left with just the queens that he flopped.
I will say this, if Enrico's bluffing, he can still credibly jam here and put a lot of pressure, because I just don't think Alex has that many ace X's in his range. Ace, queen, ace, jack would definitely be reshoving. That would be able to snap off. King 10 I could see him having. He is going to push almost all of it. This is just sick.
You know, Theologus has been dragged into this spot courtesy of Kamoshi. And the thing is, Enrico is absolutely leveraging
I'm trying to think what kind of value hands Enrico has in this spot. Jacks, of course, makes sense. Not ace jack. I don't think it c-bets the flop too often. Ace queen? Ace king? The point is, this board is favorable to Enrico by a wide margin. He's sick enough to have a bluff in this spot, too.
Yeah, of course. That's what makes it so tough for Theologus to click muck.
Here's the thing. Bluffs that are natural are like 10-9, you can see. The thing is, I don't think Enrico actually open raises 10-9 off of this stack for 3.5x. I think he limp calls that type of holding. So I'm actually having a lot of trouble thinking of bluffs Enrico is supposed to have here, just given that he was a shorter stack to start this hand off. I think Enrico's got it. I'm just thinking Enrico's got jacks. That's the hand I'm going with.
That's a pretty specific and narrow range, especially when we know that Kamoshi is capable of going ham with all sorts of kit.
I'm thinking he's got jacks, or he's bluffing. Not give him any other value hand.
Boy, such an uncomfortable spot Theologus has been put in. unpack as much of this pot as possible is Theologius in the interests of just finding the range. What makes sense? Does the story add up? If he doesn't have a set of jacks, Randy, and he's got dust, not completely random cards, but ones that would have made sense, do we put some King X of hearts maybe in that range? Do we put...
I think those hands are limping, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know Enrico's game, but in general.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Oh, my
Theologius says fold, and Enrico celebrates in his face. And
did you see that? I
mean,
love the celebration,
listen,
too.
it was an authentic elation. It wasn't designed to lay it on thick or just kind of like, you know, be that guy.